If you have a chance, check out my new healing song on iTunes, Google Play, and Amazon Music. As you travel along your spiritual journey, you will come face to face with many different parts of your personality. And one part that will hinder your progress more than help it is your stubbornness. Okay? Because what stubbornness does, it says, I want everything the way I want it, and I want it to be stable, and I want it to be the same, and I want it to be exactly like my idea, and all ideas are born from the mind. So basically what you want is your life to match your mind, but not to embrace the reality that is in your heart. You see, the mind has nothing to do with trust, it has nothing to do with receptivity, and it has nothing to do with joy. It has to do with firmly meeting an idea, and it has nothing to do with really experiencing something in its full depth. So if you wish to embrace healing on a deeper level, you have to let go of subtler and subtler layers of stubbornness, of how you resist change, okay? Now this is very important if you are suffering, okay? You'll see people with all sorts of disorders, all sorts of mental illnesses, all sorts of suffering. It doesn't matter what you label it as, okay? But they will actually defend it. You'll see this all the time. Sometimes medicine will be administered to a patient, whether it's in the form of information or in the form of a loving hug or nice words, and you'll see that some patients will resist it. They'll say, no, I don't want that. They'll push it away. They might even angrily fight to deflect any sort of help that comes their way. And that's how stubbornness is saying, I don't trust change. I'd rather my suffering that I know than the suffering I don't know. You see, it's the mind's assumption that when it lets go of control, that there will be suffering. But the truth is, control is the source of all pain. Control is too busy controlling to experience. Experiencing love and truth has everything to do with vulnerability and trust. And I'm talking about trusting in reality, trusting in this experience in this moment, trusting that if you are feeling something that doesn't meet your idea, that it is still okay. You see, it's a different paradigm by which most people live. Most people trust Jason to a certain point, say, yeah, I get it, I got a little bit of anxiety, okay, I'll just be with that, I'll let that go. But then when it gets a little bit more challenging, they're like, okay, no, he's wrong this time, he's wrong this time. So you're basically being guided to increase your trust muscles. Increase your vulnerability. Now, how stubbornness prevents all of this is that it says, anything that makes me feel something I don't want, I will attack it viciously because I don't want to feel. Because really what you're stubborn about is that you don't want to feel anything and you're pushing away feelings. You're actually stubborn against experiencing. So how this prevents the healing process is that the only way to truly heal is not to micromanage. It's not to move energies around the body from this place to that place. It's not to just put a Band-Aid on something or take some aspirin, you know. Really, how real healing happens is through transformation. And transformation happens only when you, who you think you are, is totally obliterated, and then something else new emerges. I prefer to call it, you either have the physical death or the metaphorical death. And one or the other is going to happen, and you decide which. And the metaphorical death has everything to do with letting go of all of your opinions, all of your ideas, even your personality. And when that happens, it frees up a tremendous amount of energy for rebirth. You know, those of you that follow my mantra part of this channel will know there's the Brahma aspect, which is the life, then there's the Lakshmi aspect, which is the maintaining a life, and then there's the Shiva aspect, which is a death. So it's a cycle of life, maintenance, and then death. Life, maintenance, and death. We're born, we live for a certain amount of years, then we die, right? Now this process, when it happens inside, deeply enough, you are rejuvenated and revitalized and healed on a much deeper level than you can ever know. And there are some yogis and some spiritual masters that have taken it to a place where it actually affected the physical body, where they did not have to die for a lot longer period of time than the standard lifespan. You know, if any of you have read Autobiography of a Yogi, you'll be aware of some of the things that were talked about in there, which is a great book, by the way. Okay, so stubbornness is the way your patterns protect themselves. So if there's a healer or a master or somebody saying something to you and you feel yourself getting very angry at it, even though the person is giving you some idea of how to just let go of something, some idea of yourself or some energy, or maybe it's an urge, maybe it's an anger, maybe it's anxiety, maybe it's the anger itself you have towards the healer. And they're asking you to let go of that. That is when you let go of that energy, and then a healing will happen. You must take the personal out of your life in order for healing to happen. If you are taking things personally, you are actually defending the person that has the illness. It's an entire computer program that needs to be ripped out. There are a number of doctors and people I know in different healing professions, and they all speak about the same thing, because they know the way a person thinks, the way they feel, and the way they defend that is actually what's usually associated with this disease has this type of personality trait. That disease has this one. This type of affliction emotionally has this type of personality trait. But when you let go of the personality, when you go beyond that, then the diseases and everything go with it. And possibly you become receptive to the physical healing that is also necessary to integrate. Okay, so I'm by no means saying, oh, just, you know, think a different way and then instantaneous result. No, because you may not. But it is the first step. And with the first step will come other steps, and there will be wisdom and integration in that. So this video is really about pointing you towards the death of the personality, and who you think you are will allow a rejuvenated, healthier you to step forward. I hope this helps you on your journey. Take care for now. So, good news. I'm now available on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, and the Amazon store for meditation music and mantra tracks. Okay, so this music is different than my YouTube channel because I have designed it in a way where it's exactly 108 repetitions of just chanting, and the ambient music is different than what you hear in my videos, and it's composed by me, and I've also included my voice through different layers, so that way there is a more powerful transmission from listening to these tracks. So now I'm portable, and now you can take me everywhere you go, even if you don't have Wi-Fi or internet access at that time. And you can use these tracks as a part of your meditation process, and you won't be encumbered by having to hook up to the internet and all that kind of thing. So hope you enjoy it, and take care for now.